There's a video that has kind of came up about Donald Trump, and this video was definitely several years ago in the prime of Reverend Jesse Jackson. You know, he had the Rainbow Push Coalition. And, you know, in this video, Jesse Jackson is going to be speaking very well of Donald Trump and what Donald Trump, you know, actually did for him at that time period with allowing them to get into a building of his. I want you to hear what Donald Trump said, what Jesse Jackson actually had to pay to get into one of his buildings to do some things with the Rainbow Push Coalition. If you know anything about the Rainbow Push Coalition, they fought for a lot of, you know, the civil rights and things like that back in the 80s, you know, 90s, things like that. Let's go ahead and roll that.
I now want to bring forth a friend who has, well, he is deceptive in that his social style is of such. One can miss his seriousness and his commitment, while his success is beyond argument. When we opened this Wall Street project and we talked about it, we gave us space at 40 Wall Street, which was to make a statement about our having a presence there. And beyond that, in terms of reaching out and being inclusive, he's done that too. And created for many people a comfort zone when I ran for the presidency in 84 and 88. And many others thought it was either laughable or something to avoid. He came to our business meeting here in New York because he has this sense of the curious and a will to risk to make things better. And so aside from all of his style and his pizzazz, he's a serious person who's an effective builder of building for the builder people. Last year he was a part of our workshop, of our panel workshop on what are the challenges and opportunities. And so this, a year later, Donald Trump, for a few minutes, challenges and opportunities to embrace the underserved communities. Donald Trump.
Well, it is an honor to be here, and I was with Jesse last year, and we had a lot of fun, and it was a little different. Jesse started off by saying, most of the wealth in this country is in the hands of a few. And I thought to myself, is that a bad thing? What's wrong with that, Jesse? But he did have an expression last year, and I was just telling Roger, he had an expression last year, the wall on wall must fall. And you haven't used it today, and I'm very disappointed in this, Jesse, because I thought it was a great expression. And I heard the expression about 14 times, and then he came to me at the end of the session, and he said, listen, I want some office space in your building on Wall Street, because the wall on wall will fall. And I said, it's okay, Jesse, I'll make a good deal with you. I'll get you some space. You'll pay about $40 a foot. And he said, no, I don't want to pay 40. I said, how about 30? No. It was the cheapest deal I ever made in the history of 40 Wall Street. Is that right? He got it for nothing. He's a very tough negotiator. We know that.
Well, a lot of people don't understand that Donald Trump was a Democrat. He was a Democrat like forever. Because, you know, New York is like a Democrat central too, just as much as California is Democrat central, right? So Donald Trump was a Democrat. And then when he ran for office, he went underneath the Republican Party to run for president of the United States in 2016. But if you look at people like Al Sharpton, like a lot of rappers, all these people, I remember these rappers talking about Trump this, Trump that, or I want to be like Trump or whatever, because, you know, that's what they said at the time. And then, of course, he ran for president, you know, all the things that happened with that situation. Now, you can say, well, Phil, he isn't the same Trump. Maybe back then he was a lot cooler, but really, if you listen to Trump talk, he sounds exactly the same. His inflections are the same. His hand movements are the same. He's trying to joke with people the same. Like, he really haven't changed from what I see from that video all the way up to today. Now, some people question, like, why more black men are starting to look at Trump or even look at the Republican Party. Why some black men are doing that is because, you know, black men don't benefit from the Democrat Party. Black men don't benefit from the symbolism. They don't benefit from all the social programs at all. Black men need to be economically empowered. Social programs don't empower anybody because most of these social programs, you got to be in abject poverty to get them, right? You got to think about it. More black men talk about the stimulus that was done under Trump and the PPP loans and EIDL loans, like I said before, not everybody was a scammer. Not everybody did that. There were black people that legitimate businesses did it the legitimate and right way, and it really helped out their business at that time and even gave them a boost. It did for a lot of black people who actually, had legitimate businesses. Now, all other times, they couldn't even get something from the SBA at all. So the deal is, one thing that I have done on my platform, and even say where it has came up to today, some of the core tenets of what I do is, it don't matter even I don't like a person, you don't lie on them. You don't put out falsehood on people. If they said it, they said it. If they didn't say it, they didn't say it. Don't matter if you like them or not. The fact is that if you look at the history of Donald Trump, a lot of black folks was hanging with Trump. Mike Tyson was hanging with Trump. Like I say, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. Now, he said that basically Jesse Jackson talked him down and letting him be in his building for free, not paying anything, right? And he knows Jesse Jackson was fighting for black people. He knew that. So, but I guess MSNBC is not going to discuss these kind of videos. Now, I know some of you who are extremely emotional about the Democrats. And the thing is, I've talked about this on my podcast. We all, including myself, was raised to be Democrats. All of us were. White Jesus and Democrat. That's the two things that was embedded into our head. We were told when the first time we voted, say, well, who do I vote for? I don't know. Does anything that say Democrat, just vote all Democrat, the straight Democrat. We were told Democrat, but never really told what the Democrats are doing for us to give them that kind of loyalty. We see them giving more money to Ukrainians who don't vote, migrants who never voted for them, right? The Asian community, they gave it to them. Asian community don't even come out and vote like that. They prioritize LGBT, which is only like 2 to 3% of the population. There's more black voters than LGBT voters. Black voters have been the base of their party, and they've said, F black people. We're going to look out for all these other groups. You understand? So why should we be voting Democrat? Did Donald Trump in his last presidency, did he really put any laws on the books that harmed us specifically? But I know Joe Biden had did a law that harmed us specifically. And many things that Joe Biden and the Democrats have done to us, but yet we were supposed to go vote blue no matter who. Like I said, I'm not on that. Like I said, I'm politically independent. I tell people I'm independent. I look at the policy more so than a party. I'm not loyal to nobody's party. I'm loyal to policy. I'm loyal to economic empowerment. I'm loyal to that. And if you're going to give economic empowerment, then I will be listening to you. If you're going to be I don't care, like I say, about no reproductive rights. I don't care about no climate change, because none of that's going to keep the lights on. None of that's going to put food on the table. None of that's going to put clothes on our backs. None of that's going to keep a roof over our head or anything else. It's not. Economic empowerment will. And that's more important to me than anything. Economic empowerment of Black America. Okay, you got Ketanji Brown Jackson. Okay, did they put some money in your pocket? No. That's what I'm saying. Symbolism don't work for me. It don't work. I'm gonna look at the politicians that's gonna put money in my bank account, or the politicians that's gonna prevent money from coming out my bank account through high taxes and regulations and things like that. It's just that simple. If it's not about economic empowerment for Black America, you're wasting your time. And the Democrats have no plan to economically empower Black America. I don't care about everybody else, because everybody else don't care about me. I'm talking about Black people. Now you could say, well, no party care about us. True, no party care. You're 100% right. But let's focus on what party or what policy we can get to economically empower Black America. That's what I focus on completely. Because all them social programs and talking about climate change and reproductive rights, like I said, you be starving. I like to see you go eat some climate change policies. Go eat that. Or maybe you can eat another stimulus. You can use the money from the stimulus, or use money from grants, or use money from business loans or whatever, right? But they talk about Trump, but yet they don't talk about these videos like this. How come Jesse Jackson was so cool with him, and he was so all of a sudden I guess Trump became a Klansman? All of a sudden, and remember, we didn't see no like writings of him saying anything with the N-word. We didn't see no videos. We didn't see any of that mess. All that came from the mainstream media. I told y'all really let the media like get y'all last time. I would hope y'all be smart enough this time.